So yeah, so this video came about pretty much like because I was thinking when I started up my channel, like what could I start my first video with? And I figured, well, buying a camera is the first place where photographers start. Um, I was recently upgrading from my Canon 5D Mark II. It's a quality camera, does a lot of great things. And the reason I wanted to upgrade was because it's not a very user-friendly camera for the streets. When I was looking for the Z5, it was not my first choice. Um, I spent hours deep diving on the internet, watching YouTube videos and what have you, checking all the specs. That's all I was looking at was specs, specs, specs. I had like 3 different websites up. I was comparing each camera. It was a long process, and I'd say I was probably doing it for a month or two, if not longer. And I finally had it narrowed down to my 2 cameras that I was like, yes, these are the 2 I want. I thought, brilliant, just go now and pick whichever one I want. The problem was when I actually got my hands on the 2 cameras, I realized that they weren't going to work for me. They were like too small, and it would have been so cumbersome and awkward to want to photograph on these cameras every day. And the button alignments just didn't feel right. Um, and like that's half the battle when it comes to photography. You want your camera to fit. You want to pick up your camera and go shoot, take photographs. Um, and I just knew that that would not be the case. That's also another reason why I would always keep this camera and not get rid of it. Just the ergonomics of it like really worked for me. But yeah, so I quickly realized I was back at square one. I'd put in months of research, and I was pretty annoyed, upset about it. I was thinking, here I am now, I'm straight back to square one again. And I was thinking, there's no way I'm going back online to do more deep diving. And with that, I just started to take a stroll around the shop again, and I was looking at cameras that were of a similar shape and design to my 5D Mark II. And yeah, I happened on the Nikon Z5. So yeah, basically what I'm trying to say in long-windedly is that I would suggest maybe not doing the deep dive on the specs first. I would suggest going into your local camera shop, basically picking up every camera that you can and see how the camera feels, check the weight, check your buttons, make sure they all like work for you. Like, don't worry about specs, especially as a beginner. I don't want to say it doesn't matter what camera you have, but don't put so much stock in just the specs. Find a camera that works for you, works within your budget, and go from there. Yeah,